This company GoingMake sent me a bunch of tools, and I did a review on them. It's been pretty popular. But what has impressed me the most, besides just the high quality of these tools, is every correspondence I've had with the company, they've always asked, is there anything I found wrong with the tools? Is there anything that I think that can be better with the tools? That every single time, no matter what we have been communicating about, they want to know what it is that they can do to improve their tools. Well, they sent me some more tools today, and I'm going to take them out of the box, and hopefully we'll have some more high quality tools just like we did last time. So let's get these things opened and see what kind of quality we got this time. Now on these, they have your screw holes, and then they have some register pins, and then you have this machined for the register pins on the opposite side. And so now this is a very snug fit, which makes this, which is what you want. It's so now just with those register pins, there's no movement whatsoever. This makes it so that as long as this is machined properly, it's going to be put together and it's going to come out square, and we're going to test that. Another nice thing is every tool that I have received from them, that there's always, if there's screws, there's extra screws, there's something extra there. They're not doing the very minimum. I'm just amazed at the fit, finish, the quality. As you can see, the numbers, this black and white, just makes it so easy to read the numbers. And on every one of these, this side is 30 seconds. The other side, turn around here, is 1/8 inch, and the lines are dead on right at the very beginning. We're going to test this out for accuracy, but this is the whole family. We've got a 12, a 16, a 20, 24, and a 32 inch, and every one of them has just a flawless finish on them. All of these squares are exactly the same as far as the finish goes, the features. What I really like is that, unlike some squares, these have the little shoulders on them that sits on top of your wood, and that way you can't let it rock. First thing I'm going to do is I'm just real easily, simply, I'm going to score a line down here and check to see if all of the squares are the same. Because if they're not all the same, then we know for sure that one of them is not going to be square at a 90 degree. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to lay all of these up here right in the same spot, and then I'm going to mark a line down the length of them, and then we'll see if that line lines up, because if it's not square, then we're going to have the lines diverge. Once we get all of these scored, then I can also go back in and check for a 90, just to make sure that all of them are not off by the same amount. So let me zoom in on this line. This is where we had scored 5 times, and that is just one solid line going all the way up. I would definitely say that all 5 of these are the same. So let's now check and make sure that that is a 90. That looks as close as I think you can get. That's dead on 90 right there. And that would tell me that all 5 of these are 90. Now I'm going to mark, this is a 1 inch. And here is the 2 inch hole. Make sure that's good in there. We're going to do the same with this one here, 1 inch and 2 inch. This is the 20 inch, 1 inch, 2 inch. Here's the 16 inch model, 1 inch, 2 inch. Once again, our lines are, it looks, even though I've just marked 5 lines, it almost looks like a single line on each one. Now let's measure that, and then we can ensure that we are accurate. And we are dead on 1 inch from the bottom, and we are dead on 1 inch between the two. So once again, the measurements on those are dead on accurate. I'm not sure, but I think these are the same. Let's open them up and see what we have here. Once again, like every other tool, it's becoming repetitive, is that the tools, no matter how simple or complex they are, comes with instructions. So that seems to be one of the things of GoingMake, is that they're going to include any accessories you need and an instruction booklet that's very well illustrated and in every tool. So that way there's no way that you don't know how to use a tool, or in case it has a different function that we don't know about. You know, sometimes you buy a tool and use it for years, and then somebody comes in your shop and goes to use it, and he's like, oh, I didn't know it could do that. Well, here you've got an instruction booklet that tells you exactly what it's going to do. Now these are some really nice looking hold down clamps. One of the things that I'm noticing right off the bat is that on the foot they have a nice, I'm not sure what kind of material it is, but it's like a non-marring. It's a white plastic rubber. It's kind of hard, but kind of not, I won't say hard like plastic. It's I can put my nail in it, but it's also soft enough that, you know, it's not going to mar up your surface. Once again, the finish on these things are superb. Now it says in the instructions that it can clamp up to 1.5 inches, I think it was, 1.75 inches material. Now these are made for the US market, so they are 3/4 inch, and it will adapt to any 3/4 inch hole. Let's see what we have here. So I'm going to put this down. Now it is also threaded, where you have another threaded hole here. If you wanted to move it in, you could do that. If your MFT table, the holes were closer together and you didn't want them to hit whenever they were overlapping, you could move these in one hole. But what's so good about it is, like right here, you know, I haven't yet moved this one, so I can sit here and rotate and, you know, do either rotate it and it'll screw at a fast pace, or I can just loosen off this little black knurled knob and slide it up and down, get it to where I want it to be. All right, so that one's in there. Oh, I was wondering why they look different. This one here was already screwed all the way down from the package, so we're going to lower that down, and then I'm going to screw that in there, and then we're going to tighten these up. So now I could tighten these. It feels like I could probably tighten them until they blew out, because they turn very easy. The threads are very clean, but that right there is about as tight as I feel that they should be. But let's see how well they hold. Put this little pull gauge here. Up. I don't know if you, didn't catch that on screen. This only goes up to 50 pounds, and I got the error code. We just clamped this down with 2 clamps and was able to exceed the shear strength of my scale. I'm going to go ahead, put it, you know, snug. We want to make sure it's good. We don't want to damage our wood. So we're going to put this up here, zero it out, and see what kind of force we can get with 1 clamp. Up, air it out again. I don't know if you can see that on the screen, but that's over 50 pounds of force with 1 clamp, and this thing did not budge at all. Let's see if we marred up our wood any at all. Nope, wood still good as it can be. They held tight. I don't know what more you could ask in a hold down clamp. These have to be the best hold down clamps I have used. On my tables, I don't have the benefit of being able to reach underneath and screw them down. So these are twice as long, which gives it enough bite to go in there and actually be able to wedge itself into that hole and get you that clamping force. So once again, I don't know, this time I really can't even give them any feedback because I don't see anything that this tool could be improved on. So I'm going to let them know that I think they've got another winner here. And please comment down there in the comments and let me know if you go out and buy these and you're not completely happy. I want to hear about it. Tell me what it is that you're not happy with, because I can't see anything that a person wouldn't be happy about. Also, in my last video, we've had some people that gave me some really good suggestions that I didn't think about that I'm actually forwarding on to this GoingMake company, and they seem to be real responsive. So we'll see how long it takes them to, if they decide they're going to use those comments and make some adjustments to the tools. Also, they had told me if I can come up with ideas for improving our existing tools. You know, they don't want to make the same old thing. So if you've got some ideas for a tool that you would like to see that's this type of machined aluminum, put it in the comments. Be sure to subscribe, and until next time, I hope you find some wonderful deals and get some great tools.